Dancing a thin line, talking trash in a language that is not their first. Oh my God, in the top left-hand corner, the man who has just said, I am your daddy. From SK Telecom, it is PartinG!
This conversation actually could go on for a while, but it's nice to see.
You know, with limited access to words, there we go. We've achieved emoticon status. They're either in the grand finals of Red Bull or they're just two crushes texting each other.
All right, well, let's, since we're here in the first moments, I think it's appropriate that we get your guys' poll, your vote. Who will win the finals? Is it going to be PartinG? Is it going to be SOS? Both of them with fans across the globe, both of them WCS champions. Game 1 has officially begun here on Whirlwind. Don't forget, you can also, throughout the entire duration of the finals, go to redbullvote.com, participate in all of the polls that will be taking place over the course of these games.
Ooh, Marcus, we're already seeing some interesting deviations on this match. SOS has not taken a second gas. PartinG's taken his 2 geysers. That's extremely standard, but you gotta ask yourself, what is SOS planning? I mean, PartinG may very well just take that gas, but a very unusual timing given the current trends. This to me says SOS wants to do gateway pressure. He wants the extra minerals to get up an extra fast second gateway.
Now, I also have to imagine, Sean, that between these 2 players, especially because it can happen so often in PvP, is that we should expect to see some pretty intense mind games throughout this series as well.
Oh, Marcus, you know my love for mind games.
Yes, I know, you love them.
Of course, in this situation, the early scouting probes are so key. SOS right now is opting for the 2-gate play, which is a very sensible choice at this point in time. He doesn't know if he's going to scout his enemy. He doesn't know what he'll be able to see. And look at this. PartinG says, aha, I scouted you first. You haven't scouted me at all yet. I can get away with a very fast Stargate. Think about how subtle that timing is. He has to have seen no probes being angled at his base. He has to have seen no zealot popping out of that initial gateway. He identified that there was the no gas. Brilliant move by PartinG.
Yeah, that's, I mean, to be able to take that information and sort of dissect it and turn it into something that can then become an advantage for you is pretty fantastic. There, that second gateway, we are going to see Chrono Boost coming out on those Stalkers for SOS. He's going to throw down Chronos on both of them as he continues on. And, I mean, as expected here, we see the Stargate is up. And, of course, an Oracle coming out to dance first.
Oracle's the brand new warp speed unit. And you know, you might not recognize this opening just due to the fact that it's a little more tame from PartinG, but he's doing the same thing he did against MC when they were playing on Frost. It's not going to be a hidden Oracle, but an Oracle nonetheless. SOS is getting 2 sentries, which to me says expansion coming up, but it's a conservative expansion from SOS.
Yeah, and he's actually sitting at that spot. Looks like it is exactly going to be the case. Now, the Oracle does manage to scoot out before any of these units see it, but the Stargate did enter the vision of SOS, so it is certainly he is aware of it. But, you know, not having seen that first Oracle, not sure what's going to come out here. I mean, he's just going to walk right up. There is just a single Stalker versus these 3 Stalkers from SOS.
Oh my
God!
God!
Single gateway.
SOS, this is one of the greatest openings on this map. 2 gates for pressure. Uh-oh, Oracle in the back of the base, ripping down probes. Absolutely terrifying situation to be in as SOS.
Yeah, and the warp gates do fire up, and he is going to be able to take out this, or I believe, no, both the sentries fall.
Jeez.
Not really even using their energy at all, and yes, the Oracle will go, well, I was speaking too soon. There we go, the Oracle does go down, but we also see a substantial difference here in the probe count, 18 to 26. He was able to do some serious damage with that Stargate.
I mean, the Oracle moves far too fast for simple defenses to be able to hold it off now. With that Void Ray coming up, PartinG says, great. You don't have sentries, you don't have a Nexus up at your expansion, I can just attack your front and you're going to have nothing there to keep it alive. It's going to have to be an only Stalker production for SOS now.
Yeah, and we do have units kind of passing one another here, and there will most certainly be a clash. We've got units coming in from SOS from the side, 1 Stalker down, Stalker count about even, some additional reinforcements coming in here. Suddenly SOS realizes that he has to go away because PartinG simply has too many units. He will be able to move back to his front base, but he doesn't really have much there in terms of defense as well, and the Nexus might not go up at all.
Oh gosh, this is such a tense spot. He actually needs to block his ramp, but no, the Stalkers begin to make their way up. It doesn't matter if the time warp's there. A Void Ray has joined in. It's going to be a Photon Overcharge in the main, not at the expansion. SOS has to hurry up and cancel his expansion. Now he does. New flux of money for SOS doesn't guarantee anything except that he is on the ropes and needs to spend money properly fast.
Yeah, I mean, this is really rough, especially with that Void Ray in the mix. There, the two gates to build off of, but that is a lot of units. There it is, GG, a quick game one. And PartinG kicking things off. The train has left the station, Sean.
It's going to be Young-Soo. We've seen it time and again. PartinG and SOS both like their blink plays on this map. Let's see what happens as we head into game two. Spawning in the top right-hand position. Considered the new school Protoss, the current world champion, down 0-1. Yoo Jin Stars, SOS!
And in the southwest position, as the blue Protoss from SKT1 up one game. Give it up for PartinG!
You know, what we tend to see out of SOS is that he doesn't use Blink as a fast, aggressive, beat-you-down play. He tends to use it as a more of a just control the mid-game space. He'll get some gateways up, and then if he's having trouble, he'll just get Blink up to get some freedom. He doesn't like to have a ton of Stalkers in his gameplay, though. PartinG is much more of the Stalker massing player.
Yeah, and you know, I mean, we saw that showcase in each of the matchups that they actually had this weekend. I mean, SOS certainly went with that tech-heavy, gateway-less style, but PartinG, you're right. You know, he's always liked that type of play. He's always been phenomenal with his control in that type of play. And, you know, with the mobility that you obviously get from there, I think that opens up the creativity, some of the plays that you can make, if you will, whether that be vision with a Stargate unit or your mothership core or something else like that, you know, to try to get yourself an advantage. You know, whether or not that will actually come into play, I feel like SOS can't necessarily play the style he plays in other matchups, just simply due to the way that PvP unfolds.
Yeah, and it's kind of interesting because even with all that alleged instability early on, the games get so interesting and calm down a ton once you get into the mid-game, and it interestingly becomes all about the Warp Prism harass, using your Colossus to get into good position if you have Colossus at all. I mean, it used to be the most stagnant, static matchup in the mid-game, and now it's incredibly fast-paced. It's a lot more about attacking in multiple fronts at once.
We have the scouting probes making their way out. PartinG gonna jet in here and see what his opponent has going on. Same thing going to be happening here for SOS. Pretty typical time here. And as far as what they're going to see, the big difference is going to be, I believe there's one additional gateway down, and
Yep.
there it is, yeah.
Yeah, I mean, the additional gateway from PartinG is not going to be too telling. What I would normally want to be seeing out of PartinG in a spot like this is the same opening that we saw SOS do. Shoving with a little bit of Stalker pressure, getting 2 sentries and expanding. SOS is doing a very unusual build that I've seen him do, and him alone, many times. He rushes for a sentry, which indicates to everyone, ooh, you're going to expand. But then he goes for Blink behind it. He has enough gas to do this because he got 2 geysers early. And if there is a rush, he uses the sentry to force field. If there's not a rush, he uses the sentry to build a hallucinated Phoenix and guarantee scout much later in the game.
By the way, new poll that says, how many games will the finals go to? And I guess everyone is listening to Mr. Bitter. 4-2, putting a vote on 6, and it seems to be the current winner right now. So Stargate has gone down once again for PartinG much later than the last time, and there it is.
Oh my god, it's a Dark Shrine. Ignore everything I'm saying. Okay, he gets a sentry because he wants to get a Dark Shrine. That's my analysis, Marcus.
That was very, very well done, Sean.
I have a show.
And this sentry will become very important right here. If it needs to, block it off. Is it rightfully? Oh, there,
nice
last second force field.
What he's trying to do is to suggest, hey, I'm really weak, I'm really vulnerable here. You should try to, you know, maybe come up, and then he's going to delay the photon overcharge as much as possible. Although, without the second sentry there, you got to be saying, oh, it's Dark Shrine. It has to be Dark Shrine. There's no way that Oracle's going to be pressing forward.
And here he comes to try to confirm. Oracle's about ready to spit out of that Stargate. And there we do see the photon overcharge going down. That's immediately going to be exit strategy now for PartinG. And the probe of SOS made its way back in after putting down that pylon that will undoubtedly be for a couple of DTs. And there
Why is the Oracle moving out? Was PartinG not counting the sentries? I mean, with only one sentry, there's no way he's doing anything but Dark Templar tech.
Well, maybe he did not, Sean, because DT number 2 knocking on the door right here inside the main. DT number 1 already hacking away at probes. And that Oracle is the Oracle. Oracle, where are you? Come back.
Oracle is just long gone at this point in time. I mean, PartinG has some of his stuff spread out on all sides of the map. There's a pylon from SOS at the far right. I mean, just complete chaos right now.
It really is. I mean, we've got the one DT who's been blocked into the base by PartinG for SOS. The other one just down in the corner. He is eventually going to be taken out. Still got to deal. Last one, he's looking for him.
Oh my gosh, and look at this. This is what makes SOS so brilliant. Just pushing with Stalkers at the front, trying to pick off probes. Although it was a pretty devastating blow to have these DTs deal the damage, look at the worker count, 29 to 24. End with 2 Nexi down. PartinG can easily catch up in probes. Also,
Yeah.
I said Nexi. Nice.
You did. And there's Blink for SOS, so he's going to be transitioning out of his DTs into that. Now, I mean, the damage was minor, but maybe the fact that he prevented the Oracle from doing anything but just revealing the DTs is probably really going to play into SOS's favor.
Oh,
But here comes the
yeah.
Oracle right now, and he'll pass over the natural. Nothing really to destroy there because it's just now getting up.
Oh, look at this, Marcus. SOS has a whole bunch of Blink Stalkers at the front. He can hallucinate a Phoenix and dart in the main base. Photon overcharge to defend against the Oracle. All plays are answered by SOS. Where's the Blink? He can easily blink up into the main base, and there he goes.
Uses that single blink to get some vision, goes up there. He does not have any. Oh, he does have the sentry over to the side. Oh, and he misses the force field just by a little bit, making it single file line into the main base. But there is the blink from SOS. He's obviously got a stronger stalker count. He'll be easily able to take this army out here, and then whatever damage is done after the fact, well, we're about to see.
The tactics, so good. Target firing on the Robo. Hello, Immortal. Welcome. Immortal, you are not. He gets 3-4 shots off before tapping out. And with more Blink Stalkers marching in every second. SOS, oh, getting a clean. Oh my god, a Nexus from PartinG in his own main. 2 fast games to start the series off, tying it 1-1.
And even if maybe we will have that little bit longer, more stable game, and I'm really curious to see how a PvP will play out in something like the lava map.
Match number 3 starting off with our 2 players tied 1-1. Let's hop into in-game and introduce them.
This is game number 3 of the Grand Finals in the northwest position as the Red Protoss down game 1, but brought it back to tie it up. Give it up for SOS.
And in the bottom right, almost a year ago exactly today, he won the 2012 World Championship. Can he claim another title today? SKT1's PartinG!
That's pretty crazy to think that is about a year ago.
Yep, the BWC, the Battle.net World Championships. PartinG dominated in that series.
He really did. He really did. And, you know, SOS.
Support!
It's happening. But this time from PartinG. Now, can PartinG go up against someone who, you know, I don't think he's deserved the title, the King of Cannon Rushes yet, but we know that it's a hobby.
Yeah, I mean, he might look up to Genius.
Yeah. Potentially, we do see, you know, a little bit of a, 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 Gas is going down here for SOS. PartinG's probe is making his way over there. Oh. And they will meet in the middle. And SOS is already looking for it. So what can PartinG even do?
This is going to hurt bad. SOS, boom, runs headlong into that probe. Is going to begin suspecting. Oh my God!
Oh, immediately reaction from SOS. Got a cancellation on the first one. We got probes working on.
Oh my God, no way. Inspiration at work by SKT1 PartinG, who's going to throw down one cannon. He's going to re-wall it off. He's got the funds for it. What a brutal way to go out in this event if indeed he fell there.
And SOS's own pylon is unfortunately hurting him here, but...
Oh, the double re-wall off. Sick play by PartinG. The cannon nearing completion right away.
And he decides to get out there, but that first cannon is almost done. That Zealot's trying very hard to get through there, but you know it's going to be a target. More probes trying to come out, but the surface area, as you can see, is somewhat limited. That pylon about ready to go down. How much of a loss will SOS take here? And there we go.
Oh,
what
a
is it?
Surprisingly small loss. Having killed off the pylons. Wait, where's he going? Where's he going? He needs to kill off that pylon. If that repowers... Oh, it doesn't repower it at all? A dead pylon from PartinG.
Wow, I actually was expecting that to happen, and there we go, 2 Zealots, and SOS, he's got a little experience in this department, and he was just able to showcase it right there. PartinG, I thought, had a really good wall off, decided to cancel one in order to get back out of there. Was that a mistake? I don't know, only time will tell. But right now, he's going to be fighting a little bit from behind. 18 probes, though, to 18 probes. Uh-oh. And the lava is rising. I don't know, did he lose something?
No, he didn't lose anything to the lava, but... looks like he's enjoying himself as much as we are. I like this play to throw out the very fast Nexus from SOS. He knows that there's not a lot of econ or tech. PartinG is probably going to be thinking a little bit defensively in this spot because his cannon rush did fail.
Right. Yeah, so suddenly the lava really becomes your best friend. You can't go across the map really this early on in the game. It definitely means he's going to have a little bit of breathing room in order to play with. So it's kind of interesting because although it did do a little bit of damage, what he sacrificed to get there means that we're somewhat on an even playing field. But I think what we've got coming out from PartinG is... I think he might get a little aggressive here.
Yeah, this is going to be the anti-play right now for PartinG. He's going to be trying to push out with a 3 gateway pressure, which again makes intuitive sense, generally speaking, but not against this weird follow-up we see from SOS. Having failed the cannon rush, PartinG doesn't really have a good sense on what the timings of his enemy are. SOS might even be able to sneak a forward pylon.
Yeah, he's just going to try to put one down there. And both gateways are done now with a Stargate on the way for PartinG. Transitioning out of that, so
that's an
cannon rush into, everything.
Cannon rush, 3-gate push, Oracle. Ah, well, Dark Shrine. I mean, right now this is just not a good position for PartinG at all. I mean, the Stargate is so insanely late. He essentially has to both do damage at the front and have this Oracle deal damage at the back. That is the only choice that PartinG has. But look at this tiny thin ramp. It's perfect for SOS. Uh-oh, it would be perfect for SOS if he reacted in time. There we go. It's perfect to defend with a single Nexus.
Yeah, there are 5 Stalkers here, but they will be swayed away with the Photon Overcharge. And now we have SOS moving his units out of the vision of his opponent and pretty much into the main base here. I don't think he has any idea that this is coming. Of course, Photon Overcharge is up, but he'll just bypass that and go right into main base. And it's like, hello, I've walked everything over here, and at this point, SOS can still... Oh, the Immortal. He needs something to come out there.
And it's going to have to be a canceled Immortal. He has to warp in at the back. Oh, no! No, PartinG! Cannon rush into walk into main and then take out the only pylon powering the buildings. An utter meltdown from SOS, a slight mispositioning that opened a huge, huge weakness in his defensive line.
And PartinG is down to 5 probes only. We see SOS bringing his own probes into the battle. Of course, the Oracle comes by to go, that's not a good idea at all. Mothership cores are both in this battle. But as you can see, SOS is having pretty much free reign over his opponent's base. Will the time warps go down? And, oh, painful death for some of those probes.
SOS cannot believe it. I mean, he is clearly frustrated in this battle. I mean, SOS might be killing the main base, but...
Where's PartinG's last probe?
I mean,
is it?
PartinG's last probe is actually hanging out in the main base of his enemy. I mean, this can only go well for PartinG here. I mean, just an unbelievable mistake from SOS here.
Yeah, I mean, the Mothership core could have certainly helped out in the situation, but unfortunately, with no energy here, I don't know. I don't know how this is possibly going to go out. Look at this: for SOS, 4 Stalkers, 2 Zealots, versus Oracle, Mothership core, and 7 Stalkers. I feel like PartinG, playing this one right, protecting his pylon, has got the upper hand.
It's going to have to be a big blunder.
A big blunder. Very
odd little game here, and you know, it's as much as we love to give credit to a player like SOS, like PartinG, for their amazing gameplay on, you know, so many diverse maps. That just seemed like a little bit of just inexperience on this specific map, not knowing how easy it was to walk straight into the main. And now here SOS is desperately trying to get a lucky angle.
4 Stalkers moving up. Do you see that Oracle? Gonna run away from that as more buildings being taken out. Gonna turn around, and I guess that SOS is gonna take the remainder of his army over and see what he can do. He knows that, well, if he takes out that pylon, he could essentially go back and try to take out the rest. But here we go. Time stop goes down, and
the dance.
The dance. GG. PartinG takes game number 3.
But these players are much more suited to the mid and late game. Let's hope to see a macro game in game number 4.
And let's hop into this one as we are live on Frost LE. It's time to introduce our players in the northwest position as the Red Protoss, current WCS 2013 champion from Yoo Jin Stars. It's SOS!
And in the bottom left-hand corner, he has claimed that he is SOS's daddy. What will the results prove out in this series? Give a cheer for SKT1 PartinG!
Choo-choo train. And the conductors here in the front row are very excited to board. And it has left the station officially. Went a little bit further. PartinG hoping to take it to the next stop, but as you mentioned, perhaps some defensive posture coming out here for SOS. Down a game, trading back and forth. It's not too bad as long as you stay on the same footing as your opponent. What you never want to have happen is to have them get that extra game ahead of you. It become incredibly hard just to fight back.
Let me be a little bit insane for a moment, Marcus.
Sean, can you be a little insane for me for just a moment?
Marcus, here it comes. I think that a 1-gate expand into a 2nd gate, as well as a robo, would be a good idea on this map. I know that's weird because it doesn't involve 5 production structures on one base. But these players are trying to apply pressure, and there's so many great builds that are apply pressure with 3 gates and pull back and expand. Apply pressure with 2 gates and get 2 sentries and expand while being able to do a little bit of damage. Though all these sound good, Oracle counterattacking is just too strong right now. And you might want to just build Oracles yourself. But now we're in a situation where no one's really able to get up that safe natural. You don't have to have a lot of units to repel an Oracle, but you have to have above 0 in your base. Because if there's nothing, you'll lose like 8 probes guaranteed.
And of course that can hurt you. We've talked about that in a few of the other series this weekend. And here we go. We've got a new poll for you guys. Will any of the remaining matches in the grand finals go over 25 minutes? Right now, looks like no is dominating a little bit, but yes is trying to stay in there and do its work. So
spoken like a true commentator, Marcus, elucidating on the struggles between yes and no.
it's a rough one, Sean.
It's a brutal,
every day, the fight, the good fight.
People saying no, 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 but what do you know, Joe? Look at this. SOS with the one gate expand. And this is a rather bold one gate expand because he's not getting the sentry. He's getting up a stalker, which means that he's trying to shove back any scouting from PartinG.
Yeah, and I mean, with the Mothership Core, there we have the expand coming out. So it looks like both the players decided to at least take this out-of-game advice.
Look at all the bases we have. There's the Stargate going down from PartinG. Love this play. Nexus followed by Stargate. Once the Nexus is down, it can cannon itself up. And we're seeing gateways out of SOS. His trademark play here is to Twilight Council and apply just a smidge of pressure. But again, the Oracle counter harass is so big, SOS clearly aware of that with this play.
Yeah, and it's obviously something we've seen have an impact on this matchup here, even during the grand finals. You know, in the one game where the DTs were made, the Oracle never really had a chance to do anything. But you also can't just bank on being able to get that jump on your opponent, bringing the Oracle back in some capacity. Obviously, in that case, it involved the DTs, but there we do have Mothership Cores kind of going at one another. SOS's Stalker will try to get that Mothership Core out of there. But more importantly, a scout, acknowledgement that, hey, I've seen everything I need to see inside the main, and also I know that you've got this Nexus. A couple shots short of the kill there. Almost at it. And SOS, as you can see in his vision, does not have any idea that the Nexus is down.
So with these three gates down, ordinarily we would say that PartinG is ahead and SOS is behind, because SOS doesn't have any developed tech, but PartinG does. But this is what I really love about watching SOS play. He's very smart about building those units up to be able to then go be aggressive with them. And I think this could spell just a little bit of disruption for PartinG. No doom, but it's those little mess-ups that sort of compound over time.
PartinG did deny the vision of that Nexus with the two sentries at the front.
Oh no! Oh, what a great play from PartinG. Threw down the hallucinated Phoenix to draw fire, and then darted in with the Oracle.
Oracle did manage to get several probes.
4 total.
Yeah. And right now you can see the probe count is actually heavily in favor of PartinG, despite the fact that I believe he had his natural up a little bit after his opponent. But there the Robo Bay just finished it up, and a Forge going down to reinforce those gateway units. But the Oracle finally lost. That's actually something that's a big difference, as PartinG has retained his Oracle in the games that he's opened with it.
And it looks like, as our recent poll would indicate, the nays may very well have it. PartinG has said, wait a minute, you built Stalkers, I don't see any sentries. That means no hallucinated Phoenix Scouts. Since you can't see me, I'm just going to begin to stockpile up all these Void Rays, and then I'm going to go for a 6-gate all-in, and even a Nexus falls quickly to Void Rays.
Yeah, so what does SOS have to see, right? And here we have the Observer heading over, crossing the path in between the middle of the maps, and will it, well, maybe not, actually is completely missing this over on the west side.
Brutal. Oh, this would be such a painful loss. I mean, SOS is setting himself up for late game, getting 2 more geysers, the +1 Carapace, and Immortal has only just now begun, but here's going to be the big signal. Where's the gas geysers? They're not being mined from yet. That's going to be mighty confusing for SOS.
Yeah, and here we got a couple more Stalkers coming in as well. Is just really gearing up for an attack here. He's still got the Stalkers that are waiting inside. There we see the Chrono Boost on the gateways. It's got to be a really big indication to SOS that something is about to happen. There you see the movements from his units. Everything is coming back, but there's just simply hardly anything here, and a huge push coming from PartinG. He immediately goes after that Nexus. You said how quickly he can burn something like that down with those Void Rays, and down it goes.
Oh, PartinG knows these timing attacks so well, exploiting the speed of the Oracle to deal massive damage. And now SOS, how is he going to try to stay alive? He can't. GG! PartinG takes the series to 3-1.
Wow. Wow. One of these players will win it in just a moment, and the next map is going to be Cloud Kingdom, Sean.
This is a tough spot. I mean, we've already seen. We are 4 games in with PartinG leading 3-1. And it hasn't even really been that long since the finals began, because that's how aggressive, intense these games have been. And this is the smallest distance between the starting bases that you can really have. It's a two-player map. Sure, it takes up a lot of space overall on the screen, but it's a straight shoot from base to base. So SOS, I firmly expect to play hyper defensively in this final game.
The map is loading, and maybe that poll should have been like, will the finals end in 25 minutes? I don't know, but these have certainly been quick games. But as you said, because you're dealing with two incredibly aggressive players, will SOS scale it back and try to go for a more defensive posture? We're going to find out. Let's introduce our players in the northeast position. His back is up against the wall. He needs your support to stay alive. From Yoo Jin Stars, give it up for SOS!
And down in the bottom left-hand corner, he was the 2012 World Champion, and he is dominating at Battlegrounds 2 days in a row. Can he close it out now? SKT1 PartinG!
Now, while we're in the early, yes.
It's going to be a forge out of SOS, almost for sure.
I did see that probe already making its way over.
No other reason this probe would be doing it, yeah.
There is. It's coming, Sean. It's coming. I think that, oh, even the sneak around.
So what he does is he sneaks all the way around to the far back side. Oh no, he's going to double gas steal. Look at this! Look at this! Oh, SOS! Oh no, PartinG gets one of the geysers up. Oh, that would have been so sick.
Oh man, you know how much that's going to be all over the ladder now? Just the attempt. The attempt is all that was needed for it to just instantly integrate itself into the metagame. That's great.
Now SOS can be a real pro and steal a little bit of PartinG's gas, and there he does. The gas thief running around with contraband green.
Oh, well, he did what did his best. So, all right, well, a little unique opening there for SOS. Obviously, the implications of that would have been much different had he gotten it.
And of course, as our poll indicates, you can vote live. RedBull.com/battlegrounds or RedBullVote.com. Who is the daddy? And it appears that there are degrees of being the daddy according to the internet. Right now, 63% in favor of PartinG, who's really crushing through strong. In this position, SOS needs to do a build that exploits a gas lead, and I love the fact that he instantly double gassed himself.
Yeah, so what do you think that is? Like in a situation right here, obviously we got this probe working away, the Zealot's going to come out and help out, but what is that? What are the options right here for SOS, and where do you think maybe the best option would be?
So let me answer this in two parts.
Okay.
First, what you always want to be identifying is what do I have that's better than my opponent? It might be I have more gas, or more minerals, or higher tech, or an earlier nexus. And whatever you are winning in, you just want to leverage that. You want to jam that up in intensity as much as possible. So SOS, with his earlier double gas, might just say, sweet, I'm going to go for earlier blink. Oh, and there it is, great. Or I'm going to go for a very sentry-heavy play to exploit all my early gas. And I think that blink is the perfect play to go for in this circumstance. There's almost zero chance that PartinG can both keep up in blink and get a mothership core up.
I think SOS tried to maybe get another steal on there, but it didn't happen, and we're going to have the Stargate coming down again for PartinG, staying very consistent with this particular build, but going to be a little bit different since he's only offered that initial gas. We'll have to see if that will have any effect.
This should be blink out of SOS. It should be. Never mind.
Nope.
He's down 1-3, one behind Dark Shrine. SOS staying true, staying strong. And we're seeing PartinG go for a very fast Stargate. This is exactly how he lost Game 2.
Yeah, so I wonder if a similar scenario will play out. And in that matchup, what happened was PartinG was unable to pretty much identify that, hey, these DTs are coming. The Oracle was way out of position when it needed the vision the most. And as a result, those DTs did do damage, compounded that advantage, and kind of ran with that. However, here we go, probe up. The pylon's down. That's the most important part. So this probe goes in, makes another scout here. We'll definitely see the additional gateways, and
SOS is gonna see. He's gonna see it. Is he gonna spot it?
Oh, he's gonna certainly have to go back around.
He's got to head back, but the clutch hero probe, I mean, you gotta begin suspecting something as SOS. You have to just park your butt in the mineral line now.
I think once you see that proxy pylon as well, the Oracle flew right over it. That's also got to be some sort of an indicator.
Uh-huh. Looks like he's holding back. But Oracles are fast, Marcus.
They are. They are. And there we go. The Dark Shrine is done. DTs, are they being warped? It looks like a couple being warped right now. And he will use the Photon Overcharge there to see the Zealot sent out to take care of that pylon. But the...
Uh-oh, the Oracle doesn't have enough hiding space in the back and gets shot down. PartinG in a very bad situation. There is now a Dark Templar moving forward, and PartinG has walled off his mineral line.
Yeah, completely. DT's going to try to figure out how to get in here. So from the back, Stalker, can he go between the two gases?
Unbelievable defense by PartinG. Look at that.
Oh, that's incredible.
What a clutch move. The power of the Oracle being shown in full colors today.
And that worked out quite well. Not a similar situation where suddenly he didn't have the vision. There was only one DT warped in as well.
Yeah, and you know, the Oracle actually guarantees more kills than the Dark Templar. I mean, the Dark Templar can get more kills because it doesn't have energy that it depletes over time and whatnot, but the number of kills is way in the lead for PartinG right now in terms of workers.
And more importantly, PartinG puts down that Nexus. And I think that that's where he starts to really go, well, Oracle going in for a second time. Did he get any kills at all?
He has gotten 2 kills as well, so continuing to chip away. Probe lead is with PartinG in this situation.
Currently 25-32, and of course that second Nexus down. There we see the expansion coming out from SOS. PartinG also adding an Immortal into the mix. And the Stalker is going to be made active here by SOS just to make sure that he can stop any pylons from going down. Of course, that we already see 2 on the other side of SOS base. There's certainly some potential here. There's additional observers going to come out. And good. Oh, I thought he was just going to block that.
SOS just slipped right on up.
Yeah, lets the DT go right in, but that observer's going to be coming out. This time there's a clear way into the mineral line. A couple of probes are most certainly going to be going down. 1, 2, 3. And I think that's going to be about it.
Yeah, the Dark Templar really couldn't get into a good position, and right now SOS has kind of got to begin doing some damage with that blink play. He went all the way down that blink path. He has 8 blink stalkers on the map, and this is where SOS's strength lies in these little harassment plays. Look at that, just enough to begin one-shotting probes.
Yeah, of course, he blinks up there, so he's got to wait for that cooldown, and he tries to time that perfectly so he can get away. And nicely done. Doing a little bit of damage, but he needs to just try to do every little thing he possibly can in order to maintain some sort of a lead here.
Wow, look at this. SOS continuing to harass with DTs and the Blink Stalkers. Giving PartinG a little bit of a taste of his own medicine, and uh-oh, PartinG is split up, and oh, great exploitation right now by SOS.
And most of these units are going to come back in to help out the rest of the army here for PartinG. Once again, SOS putting himself up against backlog. This is a great move, just basically using that high ground, low ground, and getting rid of the low stalkers onto the low ground to save them. And then, of course, when you need to, you can instantly blink down to safety.
Well, PartinG is still doing a good job transitioning into late game. He's gotten himself his forge up. He's adding on more Immortals. Immortals are a late game army, and it looks like PartinG has missplit his units. 2 sentries fall, and the DT up by the probe line is knocking them down one at a time. But look at this, PartinG is only behind by 1 probe. That is how on point PartinG has been at maintaining his production level.
Yeah, the DT, I'm actually surprised that the DT has been as effective for SOS as it was shut down so hard by PartinG early on, but now using it as sort of a way to dual prong attack, if you will, is working out quite well. He goes in with the stalkers, everything follows, and the DT's left behind.
Beautiful play there by SOS. SOS for the first time has the probe lead in this matchup, and look at that, has magnificently split up PartinG again. And now PartinG has only Immortals in the main base, trying to go toe-to-toe with one of those blink-ins. Really elegant play coming up here from SOS.
There is going to be a moment here for PartinG to try to snipe this observer that is basically the reason why SOS has been able to do a lot of this damage here. And there it is. There's the opportunity, Immortals, you can't do it. And so that's going to be the perfect opportunity for SOS to move in with these stalkers.
Woo.
We see Photon Overcharge.
I liked that. I mean, he went and he got exactly one probe. I mean, it's so easy to blink out right away, but he blinked back the one that had taken 2 shots from the Nexus cannon, picked off a probe, and then blinked the rest away. And get this, guys, this is the longest PvP we've had in this finals yet, at 13 minutes and 37 seconds.
Now SOS continues to park himself just outside using these stalkers and the DT as very nice. Oh, this time he's going to target stalkers once again. A double blink back. First the one that's about to die and then the rest of them.
Yep.
Still think the pick off of the sentry here for either player is just such a crucial moment. As you can see, the 3 Immortals, not something you necessarily want to blink up into.
Both players are beginning to transition into more of a solid late-game scenario. We see 5 gateways in production for PartinG. PartinG has been stockpiling money as he's been building basically all Immortals and trying not to build additional Stalkers. And SOS is just going to match him. Going to get the exact same mix of things and hope that this counterattack Warp Prism is going to be enough to get him the lead.
We've got charge about halfway done for both players as well. See the Warp Prism is now out for SOS. So quite a bit he could actually do with that, so there's a great amount of utility. There we have the exact same thing coming out for PartinG right now, and great minds thinking alike at this point. The army of PartinG is certainly starting to grow as he reaches that 108 supply, going into the triple digits. SOS just trailing behind by 3 with 97 supply. There's pylons all over the place for both players at any sort of reinforcement, and that makes a lot of what's happening right now very significant. But here we go, the Warp Prism moving into position.
Oh, this is what I love watching so much in this part of the game. When these players have so many gateways and are not using them, they're just trying to expand, they're trying to cut as many corners as they can, and when they see an opportunity, they take it strong. The third base, a key piece to PartinG's future plans, might just go down, and there it gets canceled.
And a great use of Blink once again. There we had a warp in and a pickup of some additional units. Now there's the cannon in there inside the main, but now PartinG gearing up to throw his Warp Prism into the main as well. So both players going to be unleashing some, oh, he's just still over in the corner. Both players about ready to unleash a attack here. There's the third base going down for SOS. PartinG with the warp in. And I think we're going to have a forced cancel there.
Yeah, I mean, PartinG's got to be so, SOS has got to be so careful because PartinG's army is slowly beginning to take a big lead. Look at this. PartinG has 57 probes to SOS's 49. SOS has not been able to keep up in that probe production game.
Yeah, and PartinG's army looks quite nice. Oh, here we got PartinG making his way in. There's also going to be a cannon here inside the main. And there we've got the Stalkers coming in to go ahead and take care of these Zealots. So the cannon goes down, which will be important for later. But I think that Warp Prism's seen its last day. What, do we get a blink out of there?
Oh, no, and it does manage.
But a miss. A blink and a miss.
It manages to escape, and at the same time, SOS lost his own Warp Prism in the main base.
Things equalizing, but PartinG did get his third base up a little bit faster. He also has the probe lead, 59 to 43 of SOS. And, you know, with the army count as well, it's about even. But, oh, we're going to have a battle right here in the middle. Guardian Shields popped on both sides. Archon's moving and then a little bit in the back here for PartinG.
The Archon count, it's so high for PartinG.
Yes, and he's going to move back in yet again. The Stalkers are starting to fall, and we do see some additional units coming in from the back as well. Everything from SOS is on the run. The Archons have taken very little damage. We see the rest of the Immortals go down. Is this it? Yes, GG! PartinG is the Red Bull Battlegrounds New York City champion. He has defeated the 2013 WCS champion from just a few weeks ago. Give it up for PartinG!